In this lesson we're gonna learn the song Enter Sandman that was originally released by Metallica in 1991 on an album that is also called Metallica, or the Black Album as it's also is known as. And the song is about as iconic as it gets. So we're starting out with the intro. The intro is divided into two parts, one that is played with a clean sound and then one where they turn on the distortion. And we're going to start with the clean one, and this part incorporates a motion that you might want to just take a couple of rounds and do isolated without rhythm first. And what you do is you sort of anchor the third finger on the 7th fret of the second string, and then the index finger is going to move from below it and then to above the finger, like that. And this could lead to, as you move the index finger, you tend to want to move the third finger as well. So we're going to practice this motion and then move to the from the 4th string and then to the 5th string with the index finger. And while we do that, we're also going to play the notes that are actually in the intro part 1. So you're starting out with the open 6th string, and then you play the 7th fret of the 5th string, and you go to the 5th fret of the 4th string with the index finger. So it's done like this. And then you are going to take the middle finger, the 2nd finger, to the 6th fret of the 6th string, and then you let the index finger move up to the 5th fret of the 6th string, like this. And then we add once more the 7th fret of the 5th string, and try to do this motion without muting without losing the note that you have on the 7th fret of the 5th string. So we're going to do that without a rhythm first. We're just going to play it on quarter notes like this. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Remember to keep the 3rd finger pressed down throughout the entire motion. And that's the first practice video. And to make this into the first part of the intro, we simply add a rhythm to those notes. And the rhythm is, I think you're better off just listening to it. And it starts with a syncopation and the upbeat of 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And picking wise, I have suggested a picking pattern, but this can be played in many different ways. I do it depending on guitars and how high I have the guitar, and so it's not really important. It's perfectly possible to do it only with downstrokes. But I'm going to play it a couple of times more with the rhythm that you're going to play in the next practicing videos. 1, 2, 3, 4. And did I mention that you should have the third finger pressed down all the time? And here comes the practice, so a couple of practicing videos. Before we proceed to part 2 of the intro, we are going to learn the main riff of the song. I've called this Riff A, as if there were a Riff B, which it isn't, it's just my habit. And the biggest challenge we have here in Riff A is the end of it, where we are going to alternate between power chords and an open singing low string. So you get a motion where you're going to have 2 strings and then 1 string. Like that. And this is a bit tricky because it's very, and you're in a very, it's very high energy in this part of the song. It's in the entire song is high energy. So it's very easy as you move from the power chord. With the first one, it's going to be a power chord on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. So you get 3rd fret and then the 5th fret of the 5th string. And you're gonna strike 2 strings and then just an open E string. So you're gonna do, and then go to the 2nd fret and then open. It's very easy that you accidentally get the 5th string in there. So that's what you're gonna focus on here. And so the motion is power chord on 3rd fret, open string. Power chord on 2nd fret, open string. And then you play power chord again on the 2nd fret and the 3rd fret and the 2nd. So you do this. And then you end up on a power chord on the open 6th string. So it starts on the upbeat of 4, so it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, 3, 4. So while it's important that you try to play 2 strings, 1 strings. There is an additional thing I do to secure that I don't get any noises from the 5th string where there's supposed to be just a single 6th string. And when I lift the index finger, I let the 3rd finger be on the 5th string, muting it using a fingertip mute. that gives some additional security, but you shouldn't rely on only that. You need to focus with the pick as well. So what I'm doing is that kind of motion. So that's the first exercise you're going to do, and here comes the video. Before we put this into the context, there's another detail that we need to that we haven't touched upon yet, and that is that apart from the first power chord, this one, the rest of the notes should be palm muted, and then the last power chord on the open string, you open up the mute. So in context, this part is played like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So it's the same thing, just added palm mutes on the, not on the first, on all notes, but the first and last one. So you try out this video here. And then to complete this into the main riff, or riff A, we add a sort of simpler version of the first part of the intro. But instead of doing the arpeggiation to the over the string 6, 5, and 4, you play just a power chord on the open 6 string twice, like that. Then you slide up to the 7th fret and you do this motion, sort of the intro, but without the index finger moving from the 4th string to the 5th string. So you play just 7th fret of the 5th string, and then you take the 2nd finger to the 6th fret of the 6th string, and then the index to the 5th fret of the 6th string. So it's 2 power chords, and then. So it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. And then instead of the 4th round, you do this. And then it starts again. And also note that I have a slight mute before I restart the riff. So the entire main riff or riff A sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, those are the upcoming practicing videos. The second part of the intro starts just like the riff A, with a power chord on the open 6 string on the upbeat after 4. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And then on the next one you press down the hand, so you get a palm mute, and you play just a palm muted open 6 string. And remember that you mustn't have your entire hand in on the string when you do palm mutes. You need to be in contact with it. My trick is to place this bone that you have in your hand here behind the saddle, just where the string leaves the saddle. And then you just play 8 notes with a palm muted open 6 string. So the initial motion in intro part 2 is this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and from here they sort of build up the main riff A, through 3 phases. So in the first phrase, the patterns are 1 bar long. So in the first bar they play, it's almost just palm muted 8 notes on the open 6 string. But on the upbeat after 4, you slide your 3rd finger up to the 7th fret of the 5th string, just like in the that motion. So what you get is this: 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the first bar. I'm gonna play it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And anytime you're not playing the open sixth string, you should lift the palm mute. So that's the first phase. The next phase, they move. They still going from the open sixth string to the 7th fret of the 5th string, but it's placed rhythmically on beat 2 instead. So you get 1, 2, and then after this one, after the 7th fret, you go to the 6th fret of the 6th string. So it's part of the original riff. So it's 3, 4, and then back to the palm muted 6th string. Remember to open the mute. And then after the on the upbeat after 4, you play a power chord on the 1st fret of the 6th string, and then it's back. So the patterns sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the second phase, and I'm going to play it 4 times here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So remember to open the mute also on the power chord. So, and then in the third phrase they add yet another note after the 6th fret, and it's, guess what? It's the 5th fret of the 6th string. So you get so the third pattern sounds like this: 3, 4. And this third phrase is repeated 8 times, and then on the last time it's. So on the 8th time, the power chord is not on the 1st fret. It's on the first. It's on the open 6th string. This is where the main riff starts. So and the main riff starts on the upbeat after 4 with a power chord on the 6th string. So the last round, I'm going to play just the two last rounds of this third phase of intro part 2. Sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're in riff A. So that's the intro part 2, and instead of doing one video for each phase, I think it's better you get the entire progression so you can practice it in context directly. I think that's most time efficient. So here comes the videos. the verse starts like with the end of riff A, which is a power chord on the upbeat after 4, and then it goes into palm muting the 6th string, and then you're going to do this thing where you have palm mutes on 8 notes, and then on the upbeat after 4 you're going to play a power chord on the 1st fret, just like you did in the intro part 1. So you get this. But this time it's repeated. So if we take from the verse from the start, then it's going to be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and then where the third time you want to do this power chord on the 1st fret, it's replaced with the 3rd fret, and then you play this end of the riff. You start again. But there's a slight variation to this ending. Because on the when we played it in riff A, we palm muted everything but the 1st and the last note. We played like that. But this time the palm mute is going to be lifted when you go from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret. So you get. Push out. So I'm going to play that. So it's the same motion, but you lift the palm mute when you go from the 2nd to the 3rd fret. I'm going to play it twice here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and the verse has sort of is a 4-bar pattern repeated twice, with a 4-bar pattern that ends with, and that's repeated twice. And on the 2nd time, there's yet another variation to this one. And that's simply the 2 last notes. Instead of when you come 3, 4. We used to go back to the 2nd fret here with the 2nd fret power chord on the 6th string. But instead of doing that, you play an open E string, so you get like that. And then you play a single note on the 2nd fret, which will be the start of the bridge. So so this is a sort of transition version of this ending. Instead of playing 3, 4. Sorry, 3, 4. Which we're playing the first time it comes in the verse. The 2nd time it's going to sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just the 2 last notes that are replaced. The 2nd fret power chord and the open string power chord is replaced with an open 6th string and then a single note on the 2nd fret of the 6th string. So I'm going to play this transition variation a couple of times here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And you lift the palm mute on the same place. You go with on the power chord on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. So that's the verse, a lot of words, but just try to play it here. The verse then goes into a bridge, which is a transposition of the intro part 1. Transposition means that we play the same thing, but we play it in a different key. So it's going to be a little more difficult, and this time it's played with distortion. So so what we do here, we start with the index finger. As I said, the verse starts with a single note on the second fret of the 6th string, which is the first note in the bridge. So you play that one, and then you're gonna do, you remember this motion we did in intro? You're gonna do the exact same motion, but you're gonna start on the 4th fret of the 4th string. So and then you're gonna move to the 2nd fret of the 3rd, and to the, you're gonna move to the with the 2nd finger to the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and then the index finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and then to the 4th fret of the 4th string. So it's exactly the same, but it's just moved 1 string down and 3 frets down, outwards from the body. So and before you do this motion, we play the 2nd fret of the 6th string. So it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. And in addition, these 3 notes are going to be palm muted, so it's going to be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So which is why I recommend using just downstrokes and palm mutes. So I think it's easier to palm mute with down, get a good palm muted sound with a downstroke. So this part is also used in the song's interlude, but in the bridge context, this is played 4 times, and on the 4th time you just let the last note ring the entire beat, so you're not playing the 2nd fret of the 6th string again. So I'm gonna play the bridge like it's gonna sound, like it's gonna be played. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it ends on the 4th fret of the 4th string, and that is the bridge. And here comes the videos. And after the bridge we move into the chorus, and this is by far the simplest part of the song. And I think it's actually easier to learn by listening than me talking a lot, but it's entirely power chords, and you're going to use power chords on the 2nd fret of the 6th string, and you then move to the 3rd fret of the 5th, and you slide to the 2nd fret of the 5th string. So it's 3, 4. That's the basic idea. 2, 3, 4. And this is repeated, but when you repeat it, you play the first power chord D1 on the 2nd fret of the 6th string. You're going to play that on the upbeat after 4. So you get this. 3, 4. 1, 4. 4. And after 3 repetitions, you play an open power chord on the 6th string, open 6th string power chord, which is also on syncopated on upbeat after 4. So, and then you once more play this, ending up on a 6th string, open 6th string power chord. And on the last round of, you are yet again, once more starting on the beat. And that's a lot of words, and I'm going to play it a couple of times, and I think you get what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. And then comes yet another version of the riff ending, the one that we played. And there's just one note that is changed here. In the original version from the riff we played 3, 2, 2, 3, 2. That last 2 is 3 here. So you get 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, and then you go to the open 6-string power chord. And this one doesn't start on the upbeat of the 4, it starts on the 1. So what you get is this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And the palm mute is here is lifted when you get to the 2nd fret power chord. The second time you get to the 2nd fret power chord. So it's 1 8 note before we lifted it previously. And that's the entire chorus. And I'm going to play it twice here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So, and also I should mention that the first note in the ending should be palm muted as well. We didn't palm mute that one previously. So that's the chorus, and now you give it a try. And those were all the song parts, so we are now ready for the song video. And we are going to take a look at the song overview, and you see that there's quite a bit of information here, but we have been through the necessary parts, believe me. We are starting out with the intro, and then comes riff A, verse, bridge, chorus, riff A, verse, bridge, chorus, and then comes a solo. And the solo is simply the riff A, and then bridge, and then chorus. So you're sort of you're replacing the verse with riff A, which leads us to when you play the riff, the second time the ending comes, you're going to use the verse ending, so you get so if we're going to play it, first time you play the riff, 3, 4. And you're in the bridge. So the solo is simply riff A, bridge, and chorus. After the solo, you get an interlude, and this is first you get 4 bars of pause, and then you play the intro part 1 8 times, and then you proceed to the bridge. That is played 8 times before you end on the 4th fret. So, and then you move into yet another chorus, 2 choruses, and then there's an outro, and this is simply you play riff A. You play that 7 times before you go to. And then you end up on the open 6-string power chord. And also, when you play the solo, on the chorus part of the solo, they have removed the ending. So instead of playing that, you simply play just a palm muted open 6-string power chord with once. It's the kind of thing that you will learn in the song video. But the end of the chorus part of the solo is going to be like this. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Like that. Instead of that. So, and as I said, outro, you play riff A 7 times, and then you end. The choruses, there are chorus 1, chorus 2 and 4, and chorus 3. They differ only in how they end. So, in chorus 1, you play the ending, and you go directly into the. So it's 3, 4. Like that. And then at the end of chorus 2 and 4, you end with letting the open 6-string power chord ring. So you play 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So, oh sorry, I used the wrong ending pattern. So in chorus 2, you let the open 6-string power chord end, and then at the end of chorus 3, you yet again doesn't play this at all. So what you get is this instead. 2, 3. You play, you palm mute the open 6-string, and then you play power chord on the 1st fret of the 6th string, and then you proceed to yet another chorus. So the ending of chorus 3 is going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then you're into another chorus, which is chorus 4, and this has the same ending as chorus 2. So all of this is things that I think you learn quite easily with just playing the song video, which is coming up right now.